it, we have to forge on as a society.
Right now on Up with KREM, a Washington woman is one of 4 people who died following their COVID-19 vaccine. Health leaders are assuring everyone her case was extremely rare.
Watching the life go away from my child. It's not right.
The Highland family has been through the unimaginable. Now they're sharing their story of the Cold Springs fire and how it changed their lives forever.
And today, the Spokane Regional Health Board will vote on a new health officer. The position has been temporarily filled for about a year since the controversial firing of Dr. Bob Lutz.
Up with KREM begins now.
Good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining us on Up with KREM. I'm Channing Curtis.
Glad to have you here with us. I'm Tim Pham. Here's a live look outside of Spokane this morning. By this time tomorrow, we might have the coldest morning yet of the season, so you're going to want to bundle up.
That's right. Now, it might not feel exactly warm now, but when you compare it to what we're going to feel like tomorrow, oh yeah, you'll definitely be thanking your stars that you got outside this morning.
For sure.
All right, Jeremy, so when can we expect the temps to start really cooling down around here?
This afternoon. This afternoon, you're going to notice that big difference between today and yesterday. This morning, pretty close to where we were yesterday, actually a little bit warmer. So you're going to start noticing it later today and tomorrow morning. Oh, it's going to be much cooler across the inland northwest. And there you can see cloud cover across the region. And there you go, a little bit of cloud cover, and that's about it. Temps in the mid to upper 40s. For most of us, 52 in Sandpoint. And we've got that moisture kind of moving through, and that comes with a bit of wind. Wind is helping to keep us mild this morning. It's when wind calms and atmosphere clears that we cool the most. But right now, it's showers moving in. You can see them kind of spreading, kind of developing, kind of taking over Spokane. They're not overly widespread. They're not overly heavy, and they aren't going to last all that long, but they're starting to move in. We'll see those move into North Idaho and fall apart rather quickly by this afternoon. It's a mix of clouds and sun taking us into the day, and that sun's sticking around tomorrow. But here's that look at the temperatures that I promised you would notice it being a bit cooler. I think we hang on to the rain for a bit longer here, into the 8 o'clock hour at least. And then as we get into the mid-morning, it's cloudy, clouds depart, sun comes out, and we top out in the mid to upper 50s later on today.
Taking a live look at the Spokane Regional Health District office this morning. Today at noon, the board is expected to approve a new regional health officer.
Administrative Officer Amelia Clark will recommend a candidate for health officer, and right now there are 4 candidates up for the position. Dr. Frank Velasquez is currently the interim for the position.
Now, the position for regional health officer opened after the controversial firing of former health officer Dr. Bob Lutz.
So here's what led up to today's vote. Last October, Administrative Officer Amelia Clark reportedly met with Dr. Lutz, and she asked him to resign, citing, quote, performance issues. And then one day later, the health district says the health board gave Clark approval to fire Lutz. Later, they clarified the health board didn't actually vote on any decision related to his employment.
In November, SRHD formally voted to fire Lutz. Clark claims Lutz abused his authority as health officer.
I had hoped that Dr. Lutz and I could work together as a team. However, his ongoing patterns of behavior have not changed despite multiple discussions.
Lutz denied making any sexist comments and that Clark's accusations of harassment are misrepresented.
As I provided to HR, I touched her on her arm. There was never any claim made that to me that I, again, massaged her neck or placed my knee behind hers.
A few days later, or after the firing of Lutz, the State Board of Health decides to investigate multiple complaints made by citizens against Clark. The preliminary investigation suggests that Clark may have violated state law when she fired Dr. Lutz. Back in June, the board held a meeting to discuss the preliminary findings.
I think we had ample information that was provided that Ms. Clark was wrong. She did not follow the RCW, her role and responsibilities. That is her job as administrator. She should have known. And there's no denying that he was terminated on the 29th.
During the meeting, the board voted unanimously that there's enough to go ahead with a formal hearing, but as of now, no date has been set.
Right now, Amelia Clark still serves as an administrative officer for the Spokane Regional Health District, and currently Dr. Bob Lutz is a member of the Department of Health's COVID-19 response team. For more information on today's meeting and the investigation into the firing of Dr. Bob Lutz, text the letters SRHD to the number 509-448-2000, and we will send you a link. And then we'll also stream today's meeting on KREM.com at noon. Right now, Providence and Multicare are offering an elective therapy to treat patients with COVID. It's called monoclonal therapy. Now, it's not meant for COVID patients already in the hospital, but rather those who are early on in their illness. The treatment helps prevent high-risk patients from ending up in the hospital with severe symptoms, and it's best for people who are high risk and most effective when taken as early in the illness as possible.
If they get this medication early in their illness, it can reduce the risk of either needing to be in the hospital or dying by 60 to 70%.
At Providence, the medication is given using the infusion method. It can also be taken with a shot, but doctors say it's not a replacement for the COVID vaccine.
The vaccinations are absolutely the best tool to prevent COVID. There is absolutely no question about that.
So patients who are interested will need a referral from their doctor to get the treatment. Right now, it's available at the Rockwood Urgent Care Clinic, Providence Sacred Heart, and Holy Family Hospitals.
7:36 now, time for your morning rush. More news in less time.
Police are investigating a stabbing in North Spokane. Witnesses say a man walked into a laundromat with multiple stab wounds. They called 911. Police say the victim was stabbed at an apartment complex at North Nevada and East Sitka. Officers say he was taken to a hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Police are calling it a domestic violence incident. So far, no one has been arrested.
On the west side, detectives are investigating after a hiker found human remains near Stampede Pass. The remains were found last Friday. Now, Stampede Pass is about 10 miles southeast of Snoqualmie Pass in the Cascades. The sheriff's office says it's not able to identify the person just yet, but a forensic autopsy is planned.
Washington is now the first state to provide legal help to tenants who can't pay for rent. A new state law requires free legal counsel to tenants facing eviction. Many housing experts are predicting a wave of evictions in the coming weeks as moratoriums expire.
It's something that no real state has ever experimented with or ever tried before, but it's going to ultimately potentially save a lot of housing.
The eviction moratorium is set to expire at the end of this month.
Now that's your morning rush. More news in less time. Let us know what's going on in your neighborhood by using the hashtag #UpWithKREM on social media.
Well, this morning, we would like to share a special story KREM 2's Whitney Ward has been working on for more than a year.
It's the story of a young Washington couple who got caught in a devastating wildfire last summer. The Cold Springs fire burned everything in its path, and for Jake and Jamie Highland, it cost them everything.
Watching the life go away from my child's eyes. It's just it's not right.
We just miss him, and we never got to see him be a big brother, and we never will now.
Then came the news that Jamie could never again have children.
I'd wanted to be a mom for so long, and then I finally got to be with the most perfect child. I'm not just a woman hoping to be a mom someday. I am someone who has experienced motherhood and then had it taken away.
This is something way beyond like a physical pain. It's like a separation of love.
But even in the agony of their loss, the Highlands believe there is a reason they survived.
Do you still feel like there's a plan for you, even though the plan you thought you had has changed dramatically?
Yeah, it can all change what, the ideal situation of the plan A could be. But God can work out a plan B, He can work out a plan C, and we just take one day at a time and figure out what that's going to be.
Now they are moving forward with a new plan, trying for another baby through surrogacy.
If I'm here on earth to do anything, it's to be there for the growing and the experience of life.
To be a dad.
Yeah, to be a dad.
What was the process like for the two of you to ultimately decide that you did want to go that route? Was that a hard decision?
Yes and no. On the one hand, it was kind of like a no-brainer, like this is our only option left. But on the other hand, there's moments when my emotions are like, do I even want more kids? Because they won't be him. But there's also the role of being a mother and the love of a mother, and that I can give to someone else.
That's why I hope we have kids. Cause like, I need like, I want to love again.
Wow. We just want to thank them so much, Jake and Jamie, for sharing their story and testimony with our team, and for sitting down with Whitney Ward and being willing to open up their hearts.
And now that was just a small part of the story that they actually shared with us. And we'll also be sharing more of their interview on Up with KREM in our next half hour. However, if you'd like to contribute to their GoFundMe account or listen to Jamie and Jake talk more about what they went through, you can text the word recovery to 509-448-2000. We'll send you all that information to your phone. We'll be right back.